fact that you're already filtering with the video and so on, it already helps to qualify more, right? Traffic for DR is very different from local traffic, right?
It's a new approach.
How did you do it back then? Did you just set up the campaign, optimize it, or did you just launch it and let it run?
We have this idea that the traffic manager has to be the expert of the expert, and sometimes you really do have to be, but in general, DR is very different from the real estate side, for example, when you're running local traffic. The volume that DR has and the organization is completely different. For example, in DR, we test, 40, 50, 60 creatives per day, sometimes per week. It depends on the operation. So, man, you have to be on top of every detail, every creative that's running, and every day you're uploading new stuff.
Yeah.
With local traffic, it's totally different, right? There are different types of traffic, let's put it that way, right?
I've never run traffic for a local business. How does it work?
So you have to see, damn, I'm running, for example, for Jundiaí. You're going to target Jundiaí. Let's say I'm running ads for a real estate agency, for example. So you go there and you test different types of campaigns, actually different types of audiences. First, so you can screen who you're going to send, for example, to WhatsApp, prospecting there. This will warm up your audience. It will first filter out those who are actually interested in real estate. So how did we do it? We would take, for example, a portfolio of properties, a catalog of properties that the real estate agency had, and run, for example, a video view campaign. We'd run a video view campaign there to filter out those who were interested in watching those videos.
Let's make video audience.
So we'd create a video view audience there, for example, people who watched more than 75% of the video. Anyone who watched 75% of any video related to my content, so we would produce that content. Anyone who watched 75% of the video would then see a different type of ad.
Oh, and you have to set up a traffic funnel there.
Exactly. So first, videos to screen to do a triage.
To create desire in the person.
To see who has that desire, and eventually to generate desire as well. So like we'd show some catalogs there, different ads, right? For property X, for another property Y, several of them, just showing them really without trying to sell or anything, just saying, oh, there's this property here, come check it out and so on.
And this traffic for video views, it was cheaper than running direct video traffic for conversions, right?
Much cheaper. We'd run this video view campaign, filter by location, and set the radius right in the center of the city for a day. Then you'd extend a radius of, say 15 kilometers to the side. Set a 15-kilometer radius. All right, it'll run in that area there. Or specific regions if you want to. It depended on what the client wanted. So the strategy would vary. But you'd set this radius, run the video view campaign for the type of property you want to sell, capture those video views, and filter only the audience who watched. 75%. Then, with that audience, we'd create another type of campaign, more focused on actually making the sale. So already inviting them to come and get to know it, to visit the real estate agency,
to visit
the property.
Was it more for pre-launches?
Man, there was a bit of everything, but in general, it was more for buying properties they already had available. It wasn't for launching new buildings, for example.
Yeah.
It was more for residential properties, really, for renting or buying. That was the kind of traffic we ran. And then after that first stage of filtering the audience, we would send them to other ads with more of a CTA, really, but actually inviting the person to get to know me, you know?
So
we filtered
to WhatsApp there to talk with the person who responded.
Exactly, sent them to WhatsApp, that's right. So it was a lead capture and we closed the deal on WhatsApp. Summing up the operation, right? So this one, for example, was for real estate. We also did it for lead generation for schools, for colleges. It was the same approach.
So
we would run it first. I really like this strategy, you know? Me, personally. Filtering the audience first, which is cheaper to do this way. It worked.
Right.
Trying to run, for example, a direct conversion or direct WhatsApp lead generation. What happens a lot, maybe for those watching who run this type of audience or have already done it, the thing that happens most often is the business owner, where you're involved as the manager, is the guy telling you that, hey, it's not reaching everything you're saying it is. And
another problem that traffic managers also have with clients like that, right? For those who run local traffic, is it coming in? Unqualified leads, right?
Exactly, man.
So the fact that you're already filtering with the video and so on, it already helps to qualify more, right? The lead comes in more qualified. You don't wear yourself out so much with the client. Is that it?
That's exactly it, man. That's when I had this insight. because I used to run open audiences and all that. This
Strategy is powerful, huh? For local traffic managers.
powerful. And it gets first, right? The main producer is going to complain because they're getting unqualified leads, they're spending.
Money. There's a cost with the SDR, with the employee there. It's not like nowadays when you can have an AI SDR.
Exactly.
But even so, traffic is more expensive. Conversion, everyone knows that.
Much more expensive, much more expensive. And then at the time I started, because I like to make things top notch for the people I'm working with, you know? I said, damn, I'm generating leads and the guy is saying it's messed up. That good leads aren't coming in. Good leads. Or I told the guy that 50 leads came in and he said only 5 showed up. Damn, what's going on, man? That's when I started thinking about strategies to better filter this audience. So I started doing like, let's screen this audience better. Let's first run a video view campaign there. That's when I started with this idea. Let's run a video view campaign. We take the audience that watched the videos and then, because it's much cheaper to run an engagement campaign right there, you know?
Yeah, it's much cheaper.
Engagement or video engagement in this case.
So
We would first set up video engagement.
because the person doesn't leave the platform, right? Anything that takes people out of Meta ads itself, out of Facebook, from Instagram, from Facebook, the
Auction is costlier.
anything where you try to take someone off the platform, they charge more for it. That's why
So
when you keep the client there, just delivering experience, user experience,
the
Meta prefers it.